embarrassing first half here at Easter Road. Ryan Stevenson with an absolute wonder strike for Hearts to give them the lead in the Edinburgh Derby, and Jamie McDonald, just as big a hero as the man who put the ball in the back of the net with two wonderful saves, one in particular from Scott Robertson. Paul Hanlon also hit Jamie McDonald's left-hand post as well as Hibs battered Hearts, but it is the Jambos who lead at half-time in this League Cup quarter-final at Easter Road, but it is Hibernian 0, Heart of Midlothian 1.
Well, you wouldn't see a more glaring example of a sucker punch in a football match than that. Hearts are 1 up at half-time. Let's hear from Michael Stewart and Ian Murray during the interval. And Hibs, your old team, Ian, have got to be stunned going into that home dressing room just now.
They will be. They'll be disappointed. Played exceptionally well at times. Got the ball forward like I thought they would do as quick as they could. First half, feeding off the scraps. And it looked like a matter of time. They were saying to Michael during that period, for Hibs to keep doing that for 45 minutes, keep going, it was going to be a 10-15 minute spell in the game where Hearts came into it, and then Stevenson went up front when they changed it, Hearts looked livelier and they got the goal, and you know, you're starting to think it might be their night.
How far were Hearts out of that in the first half hour, Michael?
I think they were back over at Tynecastle because they certainly when they turned up at Easter Road tonight, that was as much of a doing in a Edinburgh derby as I've seen for a long time. But you know, as Ian just said there, that when that sort of pressure and that sort of momentum's with one team and they don't score, that the other team's going to get a little opening at one point. And I don't think so much that the change of the shape made any great difference, because they made the change, you know, a fair bit earlier and Hearts were still getting pummeled. But for me, what is really important is Ryan Stevenson is one of the best players, if not the best player on the team. He works so hard, and you have to have those sort of players down the middle of your team, the spine. When he's out wide, he's wasted as far as I'm concerned, and he's also capable of, you know, producing bits of magic like we saw there for the goal. He's got a great shot on him. He looks for it. Just shortly before that, he'd cut in from the left-hand side as well and had a shot that hit the side netting. So I think it's vital that he gets kept in the middle of the pitch, because he can produce things like we just saw.
Yeah, and until that Stevenson goal, it had just seemed, Ian, a matter of time before Hibs would score.
It did. Hibs were doing well, making McDonald work hard, and he pulled off a few cracking saves. You see this one here, the header's off the post. I mean, it's one would work, and then they hit it again shortly after. But the bottom line is, you know, you've got to take your chances, especially when you're on top. That's always the chance. If you don't take your chances or you don't get that goal and you're playing so well, you start to worry, can you play any better than this and then still not score? That's a big way for Hibs.
That was a wonder save.
That one there was the pick of the bunch, tipping onto the bar. But he'd had a couple of shaky moments as well. He came out for a couple of punches, and I think the one that led up to the one where it hit the post with a header, just before that he came and punched one where he should have came out and caught it. It was far too low to punch. And then later on there was a corner where he punched and he didn't even clear the box, it dropped at the penalty spot. So he more than made up for that with these couple of saves during the first half. But it was needed, really needed. I mean, from a Hibs perspective, they'll be so disappointed because they had the vast majority of possession, they were creating opportunities, they had a lot of shots on goal. But when Hearts scored that goal, it just looked as if the confidence, disappeared out of the team. Their possession, they were a lot slower. They needed to speed it up. They needed to keep doing what they had been doing prior to the goal.
Yeah. So the hero status is shared, isn't it, between Jamie McDonald and this man Ryan Stevenson?
It is. It's a great, you see it there, it's a fantastic strike. Excellent. It's not even a good ball into him, he just turns and hits it. It's a sign of a good player, he knows exactly where the goals are. I think the Hibs defence will be disappointed with the clearance first of all, and then I think it's Paul Hanlon who's on Stevenson. He has turned and he's hitting in the top corner. And that's what it takes, a split second to score a goal, a penalty, a deflection, and now Hibs have got a tough game in their hands. The next goal is obviously massively important, because if Hearts get it, it could be game over, and Hibs have got to go and try and get the equaliser without leaving their defence exposed.
This, of course, is one of 3 League Cup quarter-finals going on tonight. This one kicked off at 7 with an amazing first half here at Easter Road. Quite remarkable the way it's all panned out, Michael. And Ryan Stevenson, we probably didn't expect to see here tonight because of his injury picked up at the weekend. Not only is he featured, he's scored this goal.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see him, featuring after having been sent for a scan. But as Ian said, there's a poor clearance. That's a poor pass to him as well. Doesn't even think about it, it's just turned and smashes it in the back of the net. Vital player for Hearts, and Gary Locke and the backroom staff will be absolutely delighted that he's on the pitch.
Well, Jamie McDonald has had an amazing first half as well, but it all started pretty badly for him because that was a punch when he should have been catching, surely.
Yeah, he should have caught that, and he's elected to punch it. He's given Hanlon the chance, and it's hit the woodwork. But after that, he's redeemed himself magnificently with the save from Robertson in particular onto the bar. And then he came for another one later on after that, and he done the same. He punched it, and then Hanlon's hit it over the bar. And I said to Michael, then it might be his night as a goalie. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than excellent all the time.
Even with that one there, I think he needs to hold that. And if he's not holding it, he can't allow the ball to drop into an area like that. That's a very dangerous area. It looks like his knee has come off his knees in the end. But this is the save. This is the big one. That's the pick of the bunch. That is an absolute cracker. To get that up onto the bar that's a phenomenal save.
I mean, we watched that at the time from behind Scott Robertson, and the moment he struck it, I mean, I certainly thought it was in. I'm sure you did as well, Ian.
I think with the power he got on the ball as well, that they normally go in, they still go in because the goalie can't keep them out. But the fact he's got such a strong hand on it and put it onto the bar, I mean, it's a magnificent save. It's as good as you'll see.
So what an amazing first half that has been, and it'll be interesting to see the reactions of the two teams. Hibs had so much of that first 45, and they've gone a goal behind. Hearts were not really in the game until that man Ryan Stevenson scored spectacularly, and at the other end Jamie McDonald has been simply superb. That wonder save to keep out Scott Robertson